Hello. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Hope you can see me and hear me. And that, hey, maybe everything will work today. Hopefully the stream won't just cut off midway through. But luckily, it's always recording for when that happens. If you were watching Lines of Galzir the other day, you're like, where's the end of it? It's up now. I found it. I found the rest of it. Put it all together again. Hi, everyone. I'm coming through. Hey, chat even seems to be working on the screen. What is this sorcery? Hey, James, Michael, Pineleaf, Clements, Mikhail, Mike. How's it going? Marty Cam? No, I doubt it. Well, it's all ready. It's all geared up for him. But about 20 minutes ago, he settled in front of the radiators. They're not on yet, but, you know, it's all snowy and icy. I imagine they will come on. And he probably knows that. Plus, Rach has come home for some training stuff. And so he's not going to be up here when, like, if I'm up here, I'm the least likely to give him food, aren't I? He's going to be begging Rach for some snacks. I really enjoyed Three Sisters. Not as much as I enjoy Hadrian's Wall. But it is a lovely roll and write as well. Well, you know. The wider genre of something and right things. So yes, this is Hadrian's Wall. And this is the 14th solo campaign fort. So in case you don't know, Hadrian's Wall, a beautiful flip and fill, kind of complex kind of game. Well, complex for flip and fill kind of games. I've lost the rest of that sentence. It got a solo campaign mode, so you can play solo just with the base game. Don't need anything else, it's just beat your score. But there is a solo campaign PDF that you can either find on Garfield Games' website, on Renegade's website, it's on Board Game Geek as well, I think. But yeah, that gives you some thematic reason, but mainly some extra rules, some goals to shoot for that let you progress through a series of forts along Hadrian's Wall. And yeah, if you can complete them all, you're the best one, aren't you, really? This is Fort 14, Abalava. So the rules for this are, we draw an additional fate card when the Picts attack. You cannot acquire any diplomats that are very good ways of dodging Pict invasions when you're not quite prepared for them. So can't get any of those. Need to remember that. I'll just scribble that section out. You can't acquire any diplomats. The goal for this fort, you must fill in all rows and columns in the scouting section. No problem. I think, did I do it in round one once? I really like filling in the scout section. Who doesn't like a bit of Tetris? And score 75 or more points. A lower goal than some of the ones, I think, but the challenge is always a tricky one. Have no disdain at the game's end. So for that, I realise as well, I've given myself the wrong setup reward. I've given myself the setup reward for if you were to do this one. I just need to get the internet open. Because if you complete the challenge, you get to start the next chapter with a bit of extra stuff. So I have been doing that for quite a bit now. We're on quite a streak. Oh, it's still a soldier, but it's a resource rather than a citizen. So I will kind of explain what I'm doing as I go along. But generally, like if you're brand new to Hadrian's Wall and would like kind of no extra restrictions and extra things going on, I have got a solo playthrough way back when, it's probably about 18 months ago now, of just, you know, the basic game with none of the solo campaign-y stuff. But yeah, if I don't make anything clear and you're unsure, just ask us. Oh yes, and as always, I should mention, you can support the channel on Patreon and Ko-fi. The links are in the description. And if I know Steve Bot, it will be appearing in the chat at some point in the near future. How I am able to do this. Your support will be massively appreciated. Go on, please, give us the support, if you can, of course. Yeah, we are shooting for a goal on Patreon. We've got 160. We're back up to 160. We're shooting for 200. And then there's going to be some kind of... I've apparently promised some kind of amazing top 100 ranking series. Hey, there's always time for that, right? Thanks, Steve. So yes, it would be massively appreciated. Your name can be up in lights or up in orange in the corner over there. Right, so I have done our setup reward for doing the challenge last time. I've also drawn the picked card a little bit early, and just so I could get all of the stuff out there. So that's what we start with in round one, all of the various people and resources that are going to help us out. And I need to draw my cards, and we need to pick a fate card. So one's going to be a scoring opportunity, the other is going to be the shape that we can scout with, and some things extra things we will start with this round. So completed cohorts, completed wall sections. So, kind of similar. Kind of feed off each other a bit, really, because I want to complete cohorts and get a load of defense because we're drawing extra picked cards. Completing the wall eventually will get loads of cohorts. These shields are how you get cohorts up at the top here. What would I like most kind of for the first round? I think maybe an extra builder and resource would be nicer than starting with an extra soldier. Although extra soldier would be just to maybe put straight on the wall guard and hold off on scouting right away. That doesn't sound like me. No, I'm gonna go for cohorts. Let's try and complete the cohorts. Let's see if we can do that. Cohorts as a goal. And I'm going to go for the other one as my bonuses. So I've got an extra builder and an extra resource to kick us off with. And we need some cards that I've realised that turning the chat on has left no room for the bots cards, but I'm probably not going to be using them. If we do some scouting and we need different shapes, or I do some marketing and I need some different numbers, then they're available, but they cause more picts to attack. And at the moment, there's extra picts attacking already, so I don't really want that. And I'm a bit light on citizens, really, aren't I? I've only got the one. And to start scouting, you need at least 2 down here. So yeah, we want to try and get cohorts. We just want stuff, really, don't we? So out on the forts, Anachrony. Oh, Anachrony has just gone on Board Game Arena. That's cool. Yeah, I really like Anachrony. I haven't played it. It's one that I haven't got because Rach really not keen on it, and space more than anything. It's one that I'd like to do Tricarian again, which is a similar reason of just being like, oh, it's really, really, like, it's really, really heavy and I'd only ever be playing it solo. But, like, more things kind of end up that way. I'd like to go back to one of them at some point. But yeah, it's cool that it's on Board Game Arena as well. There's loads of cool things coming on Board Game Arena, aren't there? So what do I want to do? We want to go a bit on the fort, don't we? We want to at least go spend either a builder or a soldier, do a space on the fort. Now we can build a building, medium granary. So we can't build anything past this point until you've done the medium granary. And then a resource will get us a citizen. So we could, in theory now, spend 2 citizens over in the scouting section to do a bit of scouting. We've got a decent shape for it. We would get another resource. Resource is not the most important thing that we need, but it would be nice to do a bit of scouting. Yeah, I think 2 citizens, going to go out here, get me a resource, and now we're at 2, we can spend a soldier to do a bit of scouting, and we can draw this big L shape, and I think yeah, I'm just going to go along the bottom here. I'm going to end up with too many resources at this rate, though. I was just going to say get 2 more resources. We don't just want to end up with tons of them. We're probably going to want to build the baths at some point so that we can get some, forgiveness. We can do some bribes and get rid of our stuff. I'll just have to sort it out so that I haven't got too many resources. I get 2 resources for covering those up with the scouting. So we're definitely going to want a couple more builders out here, getting us to level 2 so we could do this building. But it means also that I can spend a couple of resources out on the wall and get another citizen, and then think about what to do with them. And I have got, you know, servant and builder. I do like getting my income early, but it is quite tempting. It's very tempting, in fact. I'm going to build the small hotel now. We've got to build in level 2, because every year that's going to give me a citizen now. So great to build it in year 1. And when you do build it, you get a citizen. So full use out of that. It would be nice if we could get a couple more steps along on the builders with all these resources and get the workshop done as well. And I mean, there's two steps here. I've got 2 citizens. There's a builder, there's a builder. And spend those 2 builders straight out on the fort. That gets me a citizen straight back. That puts me at building level 3. 3 of these resources gets me a small workshop, which is a builder every year, and a builder right now. And then we've still got 1 resource, so that can go on the wall, which gets us a cohort. So here we go, the all-important decision. We've only got 1 card out so far, so really any direction you pick is going to be good for me. Left has come out so far, so very, very, very marginally less likely to get attacked from the left. We draw, is normally 1 card, isn't it? So we're going to be drawing 2 picked attack cards. So where should we be defended from? Left, centre or right? Oh, thanks, Mike. I appreciate you popping in if you don't like the kind of game. Yeah, all out for defence sounds like a good shout. I also get a renown though, so we can start filling that in a little bit. There's a point. Middle, I'll go for that. We've got, oh, I need another one, don't I, as well? I think we'll spread them out, so we should have a different direction. But yeah, I'm going to put this soldier up on the wall guard, so that's another cohort. And then can I wrangle something else out of another builder and another citizen? Yes. Because we can put a builder up on the wall guard. Once a year, we can send a builder to the training grounds, to a maximum of 5 times throughout the game. So that's going to get me a discipline. And then I can send this citizen out to the patricians again, working my way to doing more scouting, but more importantly, it gets me a soldier. So that gives me another cohort. Right, I think I'm going to... We don't know what's going to come out, do we? I'm going to hedge my bets and watch now as both the cards come from the same direction. So I've spent all of my stuff. We're about to get attacked. In round 1, we play on medium difficulty, so the orange number. We would draw 1 card, but thanks to the special rules of the fort, we draw an additional fate card during every invasion. So we are getting attacked from the right and the middle. Okay. So 1 card's come out from each direction so far. Okay then, so we get a Valor for fully defending that. We don't take on any disdain because we didn't let any attacks through. And I feel like that's a pretty good first year. New stuff for year 2. I haven't improved the resource income. It's the only thing I regret. But you got to change things up. You got to prioritise. I do like kind of overflowing in resources. So that's the stuff from our fate card. And then we get the remember quite the order. We'll pick our fate card. So we've got completed citizen tracks or final... Well, we want final disdain to be 0, don't we? We're going for the challenge, so that's going to be the scoring points option, I think. And out here will go that card and get me a servant and a citizen. And then for income, 1 resource still, and a citizen and a builder because of the buildings that we've built. Hi, Anne. How's it going? Welcome in. We are doing 14. So, an extra fake card every invasion. You cannot acquire diplomats. We need to do all the rows and columns in scouting and have no disdain at the end of the game. That's what we're hoping for. And we've just, year one, it's a bit of building, a cohort on each direction, which has helped us defend. But yeah, hopefully, it's going to go all right. So priority, cohorts. Let's get this defence. The shape's not really ideal for... We could still do something with it. It's not terrible. We could still do a bit of scouting because it does get you a lot of stuff. It's just, I'm always filling in columns with it, which, you know, rows get you the valor, which will get you more soldiers and stuff. I always end up filling in columns though, kind of to get the things in. Right, I'm thinking 2 servants. I'll probably want them for a building and regret this, but it's always good to do some mining and foresting, get a resource production in and a resource now. I think the scouting, we want it done eventually. I'm going to get a renown from here. And then one of the soldiers, we're at level 4 now, so we can do scouting again. And I've got my little Tetris S. I could put it at the bottom and I would get a Valor. And then I would be very close. If I could do 2 scouting this time, it's just, I don't know if I can afford to spend 2 soldiers that way. I'm going to go up the top here, because you can flip, rotate, all that stuff, because it gets me a servant and a resource. I do want to do another one down here, because it would fill in a row. But you've got to watch out. You've got to try and kind of visualize how that's going to leave you for the end. I think if I did that, S down there, I would need 2 T's to fill it in. I think that's the only way you could fill it in then. But that would be fine because the T hasn't come up yet. Oh, we've got bot cards as well, haven't we? Not really, I'm not planning on using them. I generally don't, but you've got to have them out anyway, have the option. So we've got a bit more stuff. Okay, guys, so too much stuff, but you haven't been in a solo mood lately. Mosaic arrived. Yeah, I've been in a real kind of solo kick, and then the last week or so, I've been reading more and more since around Christmas. We've done a real reading kick this week. So gaming outside of the streaming, of course, has suffered a little bit. But hey, you got to keep cycling things. You got Damask and Astronites. Oh, I'm in a group pledge for Astronites. That should be coming at some point in the near future. Have you had a go of it yet? It's like it's inspired by spin-off of Eon's End, isn't it? Which we haven't played since our disastrous Legacy of Gravehold version. Legacy of You is going to feel a little bit early. I need to get, the plan wasn't to keep having such gaps in Hadrian's Wall. The plan was to have finished Hadrian's Wall on schedule and then do Legacy of You as a chapter thing. We still could do Legacy of You. It's just, yeah, I've got to keep things coming, haven't I? Have I? Right, we've got resources aplenty. I think there's a space on the wall just waiting, and we will get a citizen from that. We can decide where that's going later. I mean, I'm very close to a cohort right there. But then you're kind of thinking we should get on the medium granary. You don't want to be caught out with that. We don't need the baths just yet. I would like to do another cohort. Another scout, I mean. I think we could do the scout. We're 3 away. I mean, it's nice to build towards it, isn't it? But I think if we get another citizen on the patricians track there, getting me a resource, then I'm at level 5, so I can do another scouting, and we'll do a lovely S down there. Gets me another resource, but also I've done a complete row, which gets you a Valor, and I'll get a soldier if I can get another Valor. Which game, James? Oh, Astronites. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing a playthrough for it. If you meant Legacy of You, though, yeah, I've done a special spoiler-free playthrough of it because it's a kind of campaign game, but it's a very repeatable campaign game. So the plan would be to do a series of, yes, spoilerific, with warnings, of course. I've been reading. Well, what kicked it off is there's a very, very in-depth book about Paul McCartney called The McCartney Legacy. It's like a really long book that I read about the Beatles a couple of years ago. There's like a 1,500-page book called Tune In. Well, if you get the extended version, it's that long, and it's like it only covers the Beatles up to like the first year of them actually being the Beatles, the recording artists. So that kind of minutiae, just about Paul McCartney solo, it's amazing. Highly recommend it if you like the Beatles, and you particularly like Paul McCartney. He needs to get his due. It was really rough when the Beatles broke up. And what have I read after that? I've read the official biography that's come out recently of Terry Pratchett. That was really good. Really sad at the end. It just made me want to read Going Postal again, which I have started doing. But yeah, I've already read that. I thought I was going to read a different one, but I did really enjoy Going Postal. Yeah, I think, was it last year I read Tune In, or the year before? Yeah, I got that. It was on like a special deal to get like the extended version. These like it must be the longest book I've ever read. It's so good though. But I do love any and all Beatlesy stuff. Hey John, how's it going? Yeah, hopefully, like the reading will continue. Because I haven't read. I didn't read very much last year. Some stuff, but not loads. But hopefully, yeah, it's lovely to read. What was I doing? I think I've done all of my plans, haven't I? Now I've given myself stuff, and I need to work things out. There's not going to be any more scouting happening. I've got a fair few citizens. The resources, I think it would be a good idea. Maybe we don't do the granary just yet. We don't want to forget about it, but I think these builders, at least right now, need to go on the fort, getting me a citizen and a discipline, close to getting a new builder there, because that gives me stuff to do with all of these resources. Namely, we definitely want to spend 2, don't we? Because 2 right here gets me another cohort. Which direction do you think, everyone? It's pretty much even. So where should we enhance our defences? How many... I got these extra jigsaw pieces out and I've put them under the keyboard, so I'm never going to see them. 2 normally, so it'll be 3 Picts are going to attack from one of the directions. And yeah, so we need 1 more cohort, but hopefully we'll get more than that. Because for 3 of these resources, I could get another one. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, we'll go on the Sippy, because now we can. 1, 2, 3. So 2 cohort directions I need now. I've got loads of citizens waiting to be put somewhere. Yeah, we do want to... It's probably not a terrible idea to keep going up patricians. We've only got 1 servant, and I haven't done the granary yet. It would be nice to get another builder. Do you know what, then? The Imperator isn't going to be a bad shout either. 1, 2, 3 in Imperatores is going to get me a soldier, and then a discipline, which is my 3rd, which gives me another builder. And then I think, yeah, we'll do the granary, so that's not forgotten. Servant builder resource, so then we're allowed to build in the middle bit. And then I've got a soldier, who can go on the fort, but I probably want to build towards the next cohort. We're not going to be able to do that this turn, I don't think. But at least build towards it a bit. And then I've got a citizen who I want to go into patricians, because that will get me a renown, which gets me a citizen back. Ooh. Oh, it's not going to help with rows, unfortunately. I've just thought I could go to 7 on patricians, which gets me a soldier, which lets me put another cohort in, and this S shape here, filling that in, means I would only need another L shape to complete it. The downside of that is that wouldn't do any rows and wouldn't get me any valor, and no extra soldiers like right now. And we're not going to get 2 soldiers, so I don't think there's any pressing need to do that. I think, well, we're at the stage for bats, aren't we? We could do with the courthouse maybe next time. I'm going to go Peritoris to get another builder. I'm going to do builder on the fort to get me another citizen, so that's back. And then... oh, so that hasn't really, like, held me up anywhere. I'm still in the same situation. We've just crossed another box off. I think... because if we do the T's, we could do the rows sooner. I don't really know which shape's going to come out yet. That's the downside. We might be waiting ages to do the L. Let's keep the options open. I am going to do patricians, but I'm going to use the soldier on the wall guard. Which gets me another discipline. There we go, that's all right, isn't it? So which 2 directions should we defend from? It's slightly, like, left's come out twice and the other's only once. So I think, probability-wise, we'll go very slightly cautious. I don't think I've read Small Gods. I love Guards. But yeah, there's not been one I haven't massively enjoyed. I am... like, I finished Bob Mortimer's book as well. The Satsuma Complex on audiobook. And so I've got, like... I always sign up to Audible for, like, a trial for one particular book that I want and then forget, and it keeps going and credits build up. But I saw that they've, like, recently recorded a load of Discworld audiobooks. So I've read Mort before. But they've got, like, Peter Serafinovich doing Death, and, like... They've got cool people narrating them. And so I'm listening to Mort as well. But yeah, any Death books. Hey, Sun Temple Radio. I can just about speak. No dice in this game. You don't need no dice. We only need cards. It's a flippin' film, but it's a rolling right in spirit, isn't it? We're getting attacked from the middle, from the right, and from the middle. That is fully defended. So that is 2 lovely valor, and the first gives us a free soldier. And that's another good round, I think. Keep going with the defense, and I think we'll be good. A new card tells us what we're going to get this round. So 1 soldier, 2 builders, 2 servants, and a citizen, and 2 resources. And then fate cards. We've got the choice of completed wall guard sections and collected goods. Goods always a good way of getting some points, which we do need. We still need 75 points, but I'm thinking we want the cohorts completed. To do that, we'll complete the wall guard. So that's going to be the points thing. It links in with what we've already taken. And yeah, I'm not going to use that shape, though, for cohorts. So no cohorting this round, because it would leave me in a state where I cannot complete the grid. The Dresden Files is good on audio. I've only read the first Dresden Files, and I thought it was okay. It didn't, like, make me really, really love it. But I do want to, like, give it a go again. Because, like anything, things evolve, don't they? Like, I do like The Colour of Magic, but, like, the Discworld books get much, much, much better than that. I did read I listened to Bob's autobiography. I really like, that's kind of the... Audiobooks are great anyway, but especially for autobiographies being read by the author. I mean, who else knows exactly how that should be read out? Bob's autobiography is called And Away. Came out last year, I think. Yeah. I love anything Vic and Bob. Maybe you might even say, like, lifelong obsessed. Even more than the Beatles. But yeah, thoroughly approve of all the Bob stuff that happens. And I just want more and more and more of it. Put him on everything, all of the time. It'll be amazing. So I haven't had my stuff from this, have I? I've got a citizen and a resource coming. Couple more resources from production, and also a citizen and a builder. So a nice pile of stuff there. So no cohorts coming in. Before I forget and do anything else with them, we want to get a soldier on the wall guard there. And I think I'm going to even up my defense. So we're defended 2 on each of the directions. And that's my plan so far. Okay. I mean, we could build a road and get some income of points. Around year 3 isn't a bad time to do it in, really. We can still go up the patrician's track. We can still get the baths built, although I haven't picked up any disdain yet. There's always time, isn't there? I think we should probably plod along a bit. I mean, definitely get another builder there. Definitely spend a couple of resources getting a renown and a citizen. So we're not too far off another cohort there. 3 more appears. I don't know if that's going to be doable this year. And we are getting attacked. So normally 4 times, so 5 times this year. And we can't get diplomats to protect us. We could always, build a small temple and put a couple of people in that, and that's protection from 1 card. But I think it would be easier to just try and get the cohorts done, and then get the baths done should we need to get rid of some disdain. And I've got another. If I can't, I don't want to put soldiers down here, do I? If I can't scout this round, let's get the soldier on the wall guard, because things don't last between rounds. It's only special because I got that soldier from doing Valor. It's cool, like, it's building stuff up in Roman times. And yeah, you get attacked at the end of every year, so you need to... Well, not necessarily. Ideally, you want to protect yourself from stuff, but yeah, we're playing a solo campaign, so you've got particular goals and rules for, like, going from game to game. But yeah, generally and competitively, it's score the most points. You will lose a load of points for letting attacks through and getting disdain, but you don't absolutely have to do it. I love Adam Buxton podcast as well. Well, I don't listen to every single one, but he tends to have people I really like. Paul McCartney one was amazing. He watches Homes Under the Hammer. Who knew? But yeah, Jim Moyer. He's done Bob twice, I think, as well. He's got 2 great episodes with Bob. One with Paul Whitehouse, one on his own. And Vic and Bob's appearances on the Richard Herring Leicester Square Theatre podcast are amazing as well. If you're here for just pure board game, I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to talk about Bob. But yeah, Atletico Mint's the best podcast around. I remember, when it first started, I maybe didn't listen to the first 10 or so, because I was like, it's a football podcast. I really don't like football. But yeah, it's any football allusions and names go over my head. But luckily, it's just daft and doesn't matter whether you like football or not. Don't let the logo fool you. Right, where do I need to go? I just want to go along the fort and get protection and stuff. We've still got builders, haven't we? One should probably go up on the wall guard. I don't necessarily need to do that immediately, though, do I? Let's keep going along here. If we get another builder, great. They can go on the wall guard. 2 builders out here. So we're at building space 5 now. We could do the large granary or the small road. The roads are nice, but not really essential. I'm going to do a couple more resources to get another renown and a cohort. So now I need a space. So we're tied up, left, middle, and right. The cards pretty much tied up. We're going to get a discipline, which isn't essential, but which direction do you think I should defend? Left, middle, or right? Gun fishing is great as well. Lovely, funny, daft, sentimental. And yeah, who knew? I've got no interest in fishing whatsoever, but I love watching a programme that is, at least sometimes, very much about fishing. I'd recommend all of the Vic and Bob things as well, but I don't know really where you could watch any of them if at this point, apart from DVD and stuff, of course. the old-fashioned ways. For episodes of things like The Smell of Rosa Mortimer, Vickery's Big Night Out. I think you can watch Vickery's Big Night Out on whatever it's called now, 4OD, all four, if you're in the UK. But I bet it's really hard to see any of it outside of it. I don't know how well it translates all of these years later if you don't have nostalgia for it already. But hey, it's worth a go. I think it's amazing. So we've got one more cohort. We must be able to squeeze another one out. We've got all of these citizens. Another servant would be nice for another production. I've only got one resource. We must be able to do this. I mean, there's another discipline right there in the Imperatores. There's a builder. That's one citizen spent. Second one gets me a soldier. They're going straight up on here and getting me another discipline. Could we get another soldier from somewhere else? I don't think so. So I think we're going to send a builder up in year 3 onto the Wall Guard. There's another cohort. So where do you think we should put the second one? Left or right? We've already got it in middle. Trying to keep it balanced a little bit. Hey, Jackpot Man, how's it going? So we are on Fort 14. So the special rules are, every year we're going to get 1 extra attack card. You cannot acquire any diplomats. So more attacking, you can't have the easy way out of defending. It's got to be done cohorts or possibly temple rewards. Got to do all the rows and columns in scouting. I'm working on it. And get 75 points. And have no disdain at the end of the game. Which always worries me because, you know, you could get really unlucky at the very end. I don't know. Like, if you've got all of the cohorts, are you just safe? I don't know. Probably statistically pretty safe. So we've got another cohort from the Wall Guard. Another one's not going to be possible. But I think, let's see, what are we more likely to want? Traders or priests? Probably priests, temples, gardens, they're always great. Priests will get me another servant, and then I'm going to go, oh, left, thanks, Anne. That's another discipline, nearly at another builder right there. 3 servants, we're going to go into mining and foresting, and go on for a resource and another production. And that means, hey, here we go. Oh no. The plan was to go and get... Oh, we can do it. Yes. 1 resource there. I thought I'd just lock myself out because I haven't put these builders down yet. But luckily, thanks to the discipline, we can get another discipline from this track, which gets me a builder, and then going up to 9 on the track, it means the large gardens aren't as attractive anymore because I've filled up a track. But that gives me another builder, so 2 builders in total, which means we can go here and here on the fort, getting me another citizen, and I can now spend this resource on the Sippy, which is another cohort, so come on, we'll go for it. Hedging the bets all the way. That's another discipline, and we have got 3 of each cohort right now. I feel like that's good. I feel like that's a lot more than I usually have. With the citizen that's left, oh, we surely want to go up to 8 on the patricians, because that gets me a renown, which gets me another citizen. So then the decision is, a resource isn't going to particularly get me anything right now. Nothing else with a citizen. Oh, we could get a servant, but again, what are you going to do? Well, go along mining and foresting a bit, get closer to what we need. Go on then. Go on, you've convinced me. Spend the servant right away up at the top there. Yeah, but also, like, I don't have to suffer the consequences. I can just blame you collectively. But generally, I would say that pretty much every time, you've picked right. All these forts in at this point. I think I'm done. So year 3, we're getting attacked 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus an extra one for the fort. Here we go. Unless 4 things come out from the same direction. And then it's my fault for shuffling, isn't it? Left, right, centre, right, left. There we go. It's nice not being as worried about the picked attacks. The grey number is a 2, which means 2 more valour, which means an extra soldier. And we can go on to year 4. We are getting 1 soldier, 2 builders, 2 servants, 1 citizen, 2 resources. And I think, the fate cards are pretty much... Are they fate cards? I can't remember what the cards are. These are fate cards, aren't they? The picked directions, anyway, are pretty much evening out from the looks of things. I haven't got them in particularly neat columns. Right, large buildings, constructed landmarks. Neither of those particularly called out to me. Either of the shapes would be okay for the scouting, were we to do that. Not, like, massively important. Again, later, we haven't had the T-shape come out. I don't think at all yet, have we? I can look at these, right? They already came out. Oh, they're all covered. U into T. Oh, we've had 1 T. But there's 2 T's, isn't there? In a deck. I hope there is. Look at an unused one. Yeah, there is. And we can always use the bots if it doesn't come up right. Yeah, I'm not worried about scouting too much just yet. Yeah, I'm not really particularly bothered about either. I think I'd rather have the builder. Hopefully we'll do some landmarks. So get a builder and a resource, and then production. 3 resources, a lot less than I usually am making for myself, isn't it? And then a builder and a citizen. And we've got quite a lot of goodies. So we're coming to the end of this. We should probably get the large granary built, but definitely there's another cohort. So I need a direction. We're at 3 of each. And that's going to get me another discipline also. Discipline and a cohort. I would like 3 of these resources. I think we can afford it to get chucked on here. 1, 2, 3. Get me a citizen and another cohort. I need 2 directions. We're all evened up at the moment. So the most that's come out so far is right. So statistically, maybe we want left and middle. But hey, who needs statistics? What do I want to do? I'm thinking of the large granary. I'm also thinking, though, the servants could go there and get me another production. But then what are you going to do with all of these resources when you blocked off? Because you haven't done this. Okay, we'll build the granary. I need 1 of you, and 2 resources to build the large granary, which gets me a renown, which doesn't get me any instant bonus. One day, though. Left middle, I'll go with that. Hey, Sam the man, how's it going? 14, I know. It's partly like, this hasn't been a deliberate delaying of having months off of occasion. Hey, holidays and Christmases and things get in the way. But I'm not purposely delaying it, but it is a bit sad as well. Like, looking on, getting the screenshot of what the fort did and seeing, oh, there's only 2 more, what are we going to do? Well, play another game. But, yeah, it's lovely that you can just keep coming back to Hadrian's Wall. Right, we've done the granary, so I can expand there now. And we could do some scouting. And then we're just waiting for an S. It would do a row, wouldn't it? That wouldn't particularly get me anything right now. We could just wait with scouting. I know it's not, that's not like me. But we could, if we really wanted to. So it is a bit tempting to build the courthouse. We'd need to go along like maybe the priest's track here. Just get some kind of extra people. Because then I've got You two. Oh, I haven't got 2 resources, though. Okay, maybe that was a waste. I did need a person, though. Okay, maybe next time. Then you're not getting the full use out of the courthouse, though. You're getting me stuff. Production, resource. It's all good. We've got a couple of soldiers. I can wait for the scouting, though, can't I? It'd be nice to have the valor and stuff. But there's another couple of steps on the wall guard. There's another discipline, which is another builder. And we could just get one of them. I mean, the soldier is only on performers down. They're quite far away. So I think, yeah, it's another builder's going up top to the wall guard. So I've evened it out again. Yeah, we'll have 4 on each. Why not? How many times are we getting attacked this time? 7 times. I've still got a bit of stuff. Citizens on the bottom? We're not going to get to build any of the buildings, I don't think. If I could get another... Maybe wish I hadn't done that. Spent the servants that way. We could have done the large hotel. And then maybe use the citizens to get another servant. Oh well, it'd be okay. So we can get a piety, but it would be our first. You get another citizen. But then we're running out of resources by spending them on other things, though. Let's just get the builders building the fort. So we're at building space 7, and we've got another citizen. I don't particularly need the citizens to do anything, really. So we've got 2 resources. We could get Renowned Citizen. We're nearly at another citizen there. I've got 3 citizens waiting to be used. We might end up wanting that extra soldier. Just to be going along this cohort track. Especially if we want him for scouting. So we go over performers just for that. Resources. I mean, we're not at 9 on patricians. Yeah, that would be good, I think. Get a resource there. And just spend it straight away on another renown, which gets me the citizen back. Okay, still got 3 citizens to use. I think we're going to end up wanting the traders. 1, 2, 3. Gets me a builder. I'm just going to spend straight away on building space 8. And that's that, I think. It starts over again. Frosthaven and Galzir full campaigns. Galzir, I hope we're going to get all the way through that. Like, Rachel wasn't able to do it this week, but hopefully next week we'll do a 3rd game of Galzir. Frosthaven, we're just going to be doing off stream now. Maybe it'll make appearances if we get to something special like our scenario or something like that. And there's also, like, for solo campaigns, there's so much stuff. That's just come up in the last few months. But, like, Legacy of You, I think would make a good continuation. Oh, yeah. Happy food, James. Hey, Joel. Mostly I've played it solo. I mean, on stream I've played it, like, about 14 times now. Did I do a stream? I might have done a stream that wasn't part of the campaign as well. I can't remember. We have played it multiplayer. I think we've only played it, like, twice, I think, multiplayer. So, like, between streaming and just doing it by myself, I've played it more than 20 odd times solo. So I played it a lot more solo. But Rach did really enjoy it. We did play a 4-player game as well, and our friends really enjoyed it as well. It's just that, yeah, we always cycled through to new games, or, like, at the moment, like, our 4-player group, when we get to meet up, has been doing some Arkham card game, which we've really enjoyed. 5, 6, 7. 7 attacks. Come on, we can make this. So what are we defended by? 4, 4, 4. Come on, surely. 2, 3. Yep, there we go. We would have to get attacked 5 times in one place for it to be bad. So the grey number is still 3. But that's still an extra soldier. I think we're doing pretty well at the defence here. Then new stuff is going to be 2 soldiers, 2 builders, 3... can't get 'em. 3 more servants, 1 citizen, no resources. And then our cards... See, the bot cards, if you're interested. I'm drawing them, but I'm probably not going to use them. So both T's are going to come out in the last round. Well, that's when the scouting is going to get done then. I could do an S and an L, but the second L came out last time, so that's not available anymore. Completed scout columns, total gladiator strength. Well, one thing I'm definitely doing, because it's the goal, and one thing I'm not into, I never really do, apart from when the fort made me. It was fun doing the gladiators when I was forced to. They just don't tend to come up, other than that, though. So I'm going to go for that way round. And then income, 4 resources. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a citizen and a builder. Yeah, I really enjoyed... Like, I love Gazia anyway. It was one of my favourite games of last year, wasn't it? But, yeah, I really enjoyed Friday. So, technical issues aside, Friday's stream was really fun. Oh yeah, like a director's commentary, a designer's commentary of our scenario. That'd be really cool. It'd be interesting to see how much Rach remembers about the making of it. She did it together, and Rach was a lot more grounded about designing the actual gameplay parts of the scenario. I'm just having daft ideas. I'm like, wouldn't it be great if this could happen? In fact, like, the second scenario that we didn't end up making, so it's not a spoiler, this isn't our second scenario. I originally had the idea of, like, you're escaping from something, and, like, the original design was, like, using only a few tiles. Like, when you moved off a tile, it would be removed and placed in front and make this big snaking thing, and, like, you would be, like, things would be coming after you, and it would just be a race to get out. And, unfortunately, like, well... Unfortunately, the game doesn't work like that. That's not like Isaac had to feel like it's cool, but like in terms of movement and stuff, which we should know as well, especially like some of the normal Gloomhaven scenarios, we struggled with movement just at 2 players. Like some classes are going to have real trouble with this scenario, so we came up with something completely different in the end. But the Arkham Horror scenario, horror in high gear, it doesn't use the same thing mechanically, but it kind of does in, like, location cards. They basically did the thing I wanted to do, but way better than I had intended to do it. So yeah, what was my original idea, but done by proper designers. Horror in high gear in Arkham Horror. In the Innsmouth campaign, that is. You've got cars and stuff, I really enjoyed that one. Okay, it should be pretty easy getting cohorts at this stage. A builder there gets me a citizen, but also, do I want the resources for anything else? It's the kind of thing. I want to do landmarks. We're not far off the discipline landmark. I don't want to do scouting. We've got to hold off on that again. So the soldiers can all just go up on wall guarding, and that's a cohort. Which direction are we thinking? We're all even. Yeah, so all 3 on here. 1, 2, 3. There's a discipline and a cohort. I'll wait for your instruction. It's going to get us a valor wherever it is. We should be able to fill the wall guard completely. Then citizens. You know, it's always nice to get to number 4 on the priest's track and do the small gardens. It's just a load of nice things. There's a piety, and it also gives you a traders. So there's a resource, a performers, which is nothing yet, and a priests, which is another servant. Oh, going everywhere. Again, like, I don't know if I'm going to need the baths. We can only do 2 bribes a year anyway, and I don't think it's worth wasting all those people on there if attacks aren't going to get through. Surely you're much better off spending your stuff. I mean, right now, there's another cohort, so there's 2 cohorts we can fill in. We could probably get... I mean, there's another builder. One more builder, which we must be able to get from somewhere. Probably up here. Yeah, citizen. Gets me another builder. So another builder there. And then we only need one resource there. And that's 3 cohorts. So there we go. Evened up again. 5 on each of them. Which is 3 more valor. Which is another soldier who can go straight out onto the wall guard. If we can get another builder, I don't think we can. We can through trading, of course. And I could have built the courthouse. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have, actually. Yeah, there's... we're nearly full up on stuff. Another one could go up on the wall guard, but we wouldn't be able to do 2. So I don't think it matters. Okay, yeah, I might have made a problem here. You can trade in people at the forum. You don't want to do that because it means you haven't planned properly. The trade can't involve a soldier in any way. But I could do that. Because I've kind of left myself without things. Although we could get a citizen there, couldn't we? And then once you've got a citizen, I can't get a builder with a citizen. Not with one, anyway. I do kind of want to use them for income, but then I'd have another resource that I wouldn't be able to spend. So I think... I don't like doing it. You can only do this once per year. But I think I'm going to trade these in for a builder. Pop the builder there. There's a discipline and another cohort. So, Anne, I'm going to take your first suggestion of left and fill in that cohort, which gives me another discipline, which is another builder who can then go up on the wall guard. There we go. There's another discipline. And then I've got 3 resources right here. 1, 2, 3. There's another cohort. I'll take your next suggestion of right. And that gives me another valor. So we've got a citizen and 2 servants. The only thing a citizen can get me straight away... Well, servant. The large warehouse. That would have been something to do. I think cohorts will still be good. Yeah, that might have been a good idea, though. Okay, 1 citizen. We can get either a renown, which doesn't really help us immediately, or a servant who gets a resource that we can't spend. They're all in all. There's not a lot of stuff I can do here. So rather than getting something you can't spend... Well, it'll get me a resource next time, though, as well. So we'd put in a servant up there next time. Okay, you 2 just go up there. You just get me the renown, ready for something else, because we could build a landmark if we got... Maybe I should have built a landmark. I probably had the resources to do that. It'll be okay. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Excited to see if Marty makes an appearance in Frosthaven. No comment. 9. Right. We are protected 5... Oh, 6, 5, 6. So, come on. Like, surely we're okay here. Left, left. Middle, middle. Left, left, right. There we go. There's some lovely protection, but that has been the focus, hasn't it? I mean, it's year 6 and I haven't done the scouts yet. What's going on with me? This time, the grey number is 3, so that's 3 marks in here, which gives me a soldier. And, so we could build 2 landmarks now, potentially. Last year, stuff coming in is going to be 2 soldiers. Which is good because I need soldiers for scouting as well. 1 builder, 1 servant, 2 citizens, 2 resources. A lot of stuff I haven't really got use for anymore because I filled things up. But hey, that's a good position to be in, isn't it? I want both shapes. I think maybe a filled temple is more possible. I don't know if I'll fill 2 temples, though. I won't get to 6 resource production, though. Well, no, that's more doable. Getting to 6 resource production is more doable than filling 2 temples in. It's easier to do. So that's what we'll go for. So I get 2 extra servants, and then I get 4 more resources. and a builder and a citizen. And yeah. So we've got to do scouting. Let's not forget that. I'm at 9. We've got the T right there. So we can do 2 more scouts. And this T gets me nothing. But this T gets me a servant, a resource, and that's 3 rows completed. So 1, 2, 3 valor, which is another discipline, and another soldier. Landmarks, we do want to build landmarks, don't we? Yes, that is a goal. So let's get them done. So it is a builder, and we don't need the builders anywhere else, really. A builder and 2 resources. The discipline landmark is a statue, which gets me 2 renown, which gets me a citizen. And then I can also do the valor. The valor one's not going to be as useful, but it's still a landmark, isn't it? You want to build 3 landmarks for the points? Could possibly get to the renown one, which is more useful, because once you're high up here, rather than giving you rewards of more people, it can give you rewards of more points as well, so it kind of chains. I don't know if I'll be able to do 3. Maybe I'll hold off for a sec. But really, what am I going to do? This section's full. Like, there's the last wall guard, there's that, and another discipline, which is another builder. We've done the scouts now, yeah. And hopefully 666 is going to be enough for disdain. Probably get a small temple built. And chuck a couple of people in there for 1 extra. But, you know, we'd have to get 6. The large warehouse. What do I need on the large warehouse? Oh, the workshop. Yeah, I don't know if I need it now. Last turn it would have been a good thing to do. But I'd only get 1 builder out of it now. Well, it depends if I've got the use for any other use for resources, really. Resources probably be better spent on builders. Also, do you want to spend these builders on whatever you've picked these up for? What am I building? Oh yeah, I was thinking of building a temple so that I could get 1 protection if a card does go awry. Can you raid on YouTube? I know you can on Twitch. I would raid him. Hey, Heroic Logic. How's it going? I would raid him if I could. Because mostly stuff's just full of, how can I get renown? Building things, but not temples. I mean, the workshop we were talking about does, but that's all your renown in 1 go gone then. You don't get me renown. Yeah, a lot of resources basically will get you renown. Way further up on the performance track would. I don't think it's worth thinking about the gardens. Maybe we just get 2 landmarks built. It's still good, isn't it? I think it will be worth building a temple. Because I think we're going to have too many people to do anything with anyway. So that gets me a piety, which gets me a servant. And then we've got 4 citizens. We just haven't really got a way of getting more now. We've already got a soldier we can't really do anything with. How many people have we got that we... I'm thinking, could we build the 2nd temple? We've got the resources to do it. If you get hit when you have a fully filled cohort... Oh, a fully filled cohort. Is that right? I don't normally fill the cohorts up. It'd still be a source of piety, wouldn't it? Chucking all the people in there. Picked attack. I think you would still get attacked, but I think it's just, like, unlikely. Because out of 11 cards drawn, you would need to get 7 from one direction, which is pretty unlikely, isn't it? I'm not sure. I can't see it at a glance, but maybe you're right. I'm not disagreeing. I've missed plenty of rules in my time. The small temples, but I'm just thinking, have we got enough people lying around that I could do another one? Because it would cost you to build another temple. We need 2 people to fill the first temple. 2, 4, 6. We could fill the other temple. I don't know if that's better, though, than doing... You don't have to fill the temple up, do you? I'm just thinking the builder is probably better spent just getting me the point there, 2 more piety points. But then you just wouldn't have the option of building the temple and all these people are put to waste. Okay, you've convinced me. Medium temple and another piety. I think it's going to work out the same number of points. Maybe 1 more, actually. If I can fill both temples, this temple will be worth 4 points for building it and filling it, whereas getting the landmark, that would only be worth 2 plus 1 point. Yeah, if I could have worked it out to get another landmark built, I would have done that. But I don't think I can get another... I can do a swapsy, can't I, for a builder, if I really want one. I'm short of resource, but I could get a resource from there. And then maybe that's the best of both worlds. I think maybe it is. Because, yeah, citizen up there, get me the resource that I'm missing. Trade in 2 people for a builder. And then we can do the column, the Valor landmark, which gets you 2 piety, which gets you a person back. What's this resource for? I didn't need this. I've got a resource. Okay, take back. Hey, it's a late take back. Normally I'm taking back a lot earlier than this. I didn't need another resource. I've got nothing to do with that resource. And then I think it's just filling up temples. I don't think we've got quite enough to fill the entire thing. We're going to be 1 short, I think. Or no, a few short, actually. Because temple 1, 2 people can go in there. So that gets us a piety. 2 people, thank you. And we've got a defense against 1 attack. I don't think we're going to get. I don't think we're going to need that. It's points more than anything, isn't it? And then 2 more in there is another piety. I think we are going to be able to fill it. 2 more in there is another piety, because that piety gives me a person back. So now we have got just enough to fill it in. There's another piety. There's a defense. So I think that has worked out pretty well. And then the final attack is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards. Not used anything from the bots. I feel like this has gone pretty smoothly. He says before he draws like 11 of the same direction. Right, left, middle, right, left, middle, middle, right. I think we're fine. I think it's gone way past the point of we're defended 6 from each direction plus 2 kind of bonuses. So yeah, full rewards from that. The grey number is 4. So that's another 4 Valor. 1, 2, gets you a Renown. 3, 4, would get you a Soldier, but not at the very end of the game. So points. I am definitely less far on here, though. Have I made 75? 14 plus 10 plus 23 plus 19. Path cards. So we've got completed cohorts, done them all. That's 3. Final disdain, 0. That's another 3. Completed wall guard sections, all of them. Full marks so far. Only got to 2 landmarks, so just 2 points there. So we're at 11. Completed scout columns, done them all. It's full 3 points, 14. Resource production, I didn't do any more of that, did I? So we're only at 1 there. So what did I get? 9, 12, 14, 15. No disdain, so I think this is all right, isn't it? 24, 47, 66, 81, right? I think it's gone out pretty nicely, I feel like, because if we have another look at the fort, We drew an additional picked card. We didn't get no diplomats. We had to fill in all the rows and columns of scouting, which I do anyway. I did it unusually late this game, even though it was the goal, and score 75 or more points. We got 81. Challenge, have no disdain at the end of the game. We didn't even earn any that we had to bribe away at the baths. So yeah, I feel like a really solid game. All thanks to your picking of the cohorts, of course. It's getting that protection early on worked out really well. But yeah, putting off things that I normally like to do, like the scouting, to try and get things that I generally put off, like the cohorts. Yeah, it is nice being able to just sail through. But you can see how in a competitive game, someone going for something like maybe the gladiators or the market, luck-based in a way, but you can also just give resources to other players to use their numbers and stuff like that, your neighbours anyway. You could get tons of points from doing that might more than offset any punishment you would get from a little bit of disdain. You can't get tons, of course. If you get 9 or more disdain, minus 22 points. I don't know if you can recover from that. Although if you get more than 9 disdain, it doesn't get worse than that. I don't think. It just says 9 plus. Although maybe it doesn't go any further, because if you get that much disdain, you are ruined. But there we go. Another lovely game of Hadrian's Wall. Love Hadrian's Wall. Well, you should know that I've done 14 solo campaign streams of it now, and yeah, so next month, the plan is anyway, next month, 15. There are only 16 though, so we are nearly at the very end of this, but we will keep doing other things. Speaking of other things, tomorrow at 8 p.m. GMT, I am back again for the same time last week. We did heat pedal to the metal. Made a little error with boosting. That's all fixed now. We're going to continue the championship. Hopefully, I would like to do we only did championship race 1. There's 3 in the series. I would like to do the other 2 races tomorrow, but we'll see how long it takes me. Through waffle and general dithering, it took too long to do race 1, but maybe that's another little series that's cropped up out of nowhere, maybe. Really enjoying Heat, though. It is so good. So that's coming tomorrow night, and then on Friday, I think it's at 4, actually, 4 p.m. GMT, so same time as this started. We are doing some Turing Machine. That is an amazing logic puzzle kind of board game. Some great things, I think. Hopefully you can join me for them as well. If you'd like to help me keep doing the things, there's Patreon, there's Ko-fi. It's all massively appreciated. But thanks for being here and watching and advising me, and hey, we did it. We got the challenge. So I'll see you in just over 24 hours then, everyone. But for now, thank you all for being here, and yeah, see you there. Bye, bye, bye.